If you could please stand up and your hats for the visiting team's national anthem of Mexico.
We hear you.
My concerns are Mike's. Can you hear me?
Because you're standing next to me.
First event jitters.
Oh, yeah.
Get him out now.
Wait for you.
DJ Mexican national anthem. And singing the Mexican national anthem, Alex.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero a prestar y el vidú, y retiemble su centro la tierra, al sonoro rugier del cañón, y retiemble su centro la tierra, al sonoro rugier del cañón. Siño patria, tú tienes de oliva, de la paz del arcángel divino, en el cielo tu eterno destino, por el velo de Dios te escribió. Mas te osario un extraño enemigo, profanar con tus plantas tu suelo, y en su patria que el cielo un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero a prestar y el vidú, y retiemble su centro la tierra, al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiemble tu centro la tierra, al sonoro rugir del cañón.
And the singing of the United States national anthem will be sung by Rob Porter.
Broad stripes and bright stars. Ready to go on when you are, fellas.
Well, better than America, yes. Yeah, for today, yes. I look over and
Hey guys, clock. 0-0 for the clock, please. Okay, now you're good.
So then, we go on, or are we just still waiting on your cue? All right.
Okay, buddy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are live from Oklahoma City, the heartland of America. Tonight, in our first game of what's to be a legendary triple header, we bring the passion and fire of one of the most fiercest rivalries in all of soccer as USA take on Mexico right here at the OG&E Coliseum. We're under the bright lights here in OKC where thunder usually rolls with the NBA. But tonight it's the women of indoor soccer bringing the electricity, the stars and stripes, the green, white, and red. When these two nations collide, it's more than a game. It's a showdown with pride on the line. So buckle up, folks, because Oklahoma City is about to feel the heat. Hello again, all. My name is Christian Filliman, better known to many of you in the indoor world as Philly, and I am so excited to introduce my broadcast partner tonight, a man who needs no introduction in the world of indoor soccer, as he has spent time as a player and coach and has worn every hat that you can think of, the Duke of Dallas himself, Eddie Puskarich.
That's an introduction. Hope that's recorded, buddy.
I kind of hope so too, my man. Look, we've been looking to do this for quite some time.
Yes,
We're going to have
have.
a ton of fun tonight.
A lot of fun. And what it started off, buddy, with USA, Mexico, and as you and I both know, indoor, outdoor, futsal, FIFA, you name it, buddy. It's going to be a rivalry, and the old Dos a Zero chant, I'm sure, will be heard quite often, and these two teams are no strangers to each other.
I don't know if Dos a Zero is going to be hurt tonight because in indoor soccer, we got a lot of goals going on. All right, let's play the history game. We take you back to October 10th of 2024 to Croatia, the World Mini Football World Cup final between USA and Mexico. The match goes to a shootout where the USA defeats Mexico 4-3 in penalties after a hard-fought 1-1 stalemate. USA wins their second WMF World Cup, but that team, it's not the one that's on the turf tonight, Eddie. No Kennedy Kessler, no stars from that squad. Squad, that's not even a word. Whereas Mexico brings in a few players in the likes of Damaris Sanchez, Samara Gomez, Daniela Vidal. These girls haven't forgotten the sting of that game, and they went on to be successful in the women's division in the Major Arena Soccer League. It's not going to be easy for the Stars and Stripes tonight against El Tri Femenil.
Well, Coach Craig Rodas and I spoke before the game. This is a brand spanking new team. The entire roster is made up of WMASL players, ages 19 to 30, and they are hungry to make their mark.
And hungry we are for some indoor soccer, a precursor of what's to come, and we are underway! Let's talk about some players to watch for the United States. You're going to have to take a look at number 17, Nano Oroños, playing at Cal State Fullerton. That ball is loose in the attack zone. A player to keep your eye on. Cal State Fullerton, as I mentioned, played with the Cincinnati Sirens. There's a shot fired off the wall. Mexico coming out of the gates hot. Certainly, again, going back to what I was saying, a player to watch, having played in the MASLW with the Cincinnati Sirens, pro in Portugal and Lithuania, at TST at Ultrain FC under the likes of Corey Adamson. Nano Oroños wearing number 17, a player to keep an eye on for the Stars and Stripes.
Well, I tell you, right off the bat, Mexico has put a lot of pressure on, get a couple shots off right away, and they are pressing high right now too, Philly.
Pressing high.
Nice pass out the back, creating a little 4-on-3 action right off the bat.
That pops into the right wing. The USA passing it over to Hannah Crum as that one comes out of play. We already talked about our player to watch for the U.S. Let's talk about our player to watch for Mexico. I'm looking at the likes of Daniela Vidal, played in Croatia in this past season with the Chihuahua Savage 2. 13 goals, 3 assists. She was part of a team that won the MASLW, dominating Detroit City in the finals. She will be looked upon to score the shoulder of the workload as the United States has a top-of-the-arc start. Free kick shot right into the brick wall that is El Tri. And as I mentioned, a lot of these girls are going to be hungry to stick it to the United States after that World Mini Football Cup World Final in Croatia.
I look to be very, very interested how he said piece is going to work out today.
As that one comes out of play, battle on the corners in the attack zone, chipped up high, just outside of the box, broken up, recovered by the USA. USA trying to find some space in as Mackenzie Kent has her pass dispossessed. Recovered by Mexico. I mean, so many talented players between each side. A lot of girls have featured on MASLW, but for Mexico, the vast majority of this team with Chihuahua Savage Femenil, and for the United States, I mean, you got a hodgepodge of different teams, but every girl here is playing in the MASLW, a division that continues to grow with over 20 teams. MASLW could be one of those divisions that we have under this umbrella that's really going to take the indoor soccer world by storm.
We have most of these girls playing with the two teams right now, Philly. One with the Chihuahua Savage women and the RP girls out of Dallas.
Kylie Hall, the keeper for the United States, bats it down into Mackenzie Kent. Ball is loose, recovered by number 9, Alejandro Rodriguez. Now, by looking at paper, RPFC in MASLW, Chihuahua Savage Femenil, that's the vast majority of Mexico. And a lot of these girls competed with one another in Cary, North Carolina at the TST tournament, one of the world's most prestigious small-sided tournaments. Chemistry might work. This United States team, talented players, but they don't have the chemistry of two teams in RPFC and that of Chihuahua Savage Femenil like Mexico has.
Well, I've always made a statement, you can't buy experience in a pharmacy, so we will see if the strength, the speed of the U.S. team is going to be a factor in this game. They are definitely a quick side.
Quick side as that one comes out of the box. Daniela Munoz wearing the goalkeeper kit for El Tri. Battle on the boards, recovered by Mexico as we see Veronica Romero batted out back into the midfield. Mexico restarts. 3 minutes into this game, both teams getting a feel for one another.
We are playing MASL rules as well too, so look for these fouls to add up, look for these three-line passes, look for these girls to break this press as fast as they possibly can and look at attack.
As that one gets chipped into the attack zone, nobody there. Quick restart for the U.S., recovered by Mexico. You know, one thing I got to say, just looking around at this facility, Eddie, it's beautiful. The OG&E Coliseum, brand spanking new. I mean, I'm mesmerized by how unbelievable this entire setup is. As we see a foul on the turf, that's going to go against the USA. That's going to get dropped for a restart. But again, a beautiful facility.
This building is 2 months old, in its infancy, if you will. The turf is brand spanking new too, Philly. It's a little bit what you call a sticky turf. So there'll be some snipers out here once in a while today as well.
Speaking of snipers, Mexico trying to get into the attack zone. As that one comes back in towards the midfield over to Maria Sarellano. El Tri restarts. The pass into the attack zone recovered by the U.S. Battle right in that midfield, and that's going to be a foul going against Mexico. Let's talk about the coaching staff for the USA. You got Craig Rodas, you got Mark Litton, goalkeeper coach extraordinaire. Plenty of experience at the MASL Combine and an indoor legend in the likes of Uzi Tayu. They've got a lot of X's and O's, a lot of strategic minds on that clipboard.
Yeah, Mark has forgotten about more soccer than most people have learned in their lifetime. He's a great addition to this roster.
Mexico battling, trying to get it out of their defensive third of the pitch. Pressing up was Lexi Anderson, number 9, another player to watch. There's a shot on nearly on frame. Almost recovered by the USA, but smart play by Daniela Vidal to settle things down for Mexico. Ball comes in to Andrea Gallegos. Gallegos, 12 goals and 2 assists during her time last season playing for Chihuahua. An errant pass, almost turnover, picked up by Samara Gomez. Gomez, you've seen her play in pretty much every tournament that Mexico has competed in. Telegraph pass, and that looks like it's going to come off of the hands of the U.S. It's going to be a drop ball for the U.S. in their danger zone on the their third of the field.
You know, Philly, both teams look a little tight, don't they? A couple of mistakes here, a lot of unforced errors right now. Look for these teams to settle down and put some balls in the back of the net.
Yeah, we're barely 5 minutes into the game, and you're right. Things do seem a little frenetic along a lot of lines as we christen this beautiful arena with indoor soccer, built for rodeo, just outside of that yellow line.
Look at this back stick. Oh, unlucky.
Gomez tried to put it into play, recovered by Gallegos. Gallegos fires it, saved by Hall. Kylie Hall out of Mansfield, Texas, played her collegiate soccer at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, where she was a Southland Goalkeeper of the Year. Look for her in between the sticks in this first half.
Not only to make a save, but hang on to the rebound, which is huge in indoor.
Brilliant footwork by Sariano as she threads her way, ginsus her way out into the midfield. And that's going to be a foul going against Mexico.
I tell you what, Ordinez in the back is a absolute force to be reckoned with. She is going to be a player to watch in this game.
Ball comes in to Norma Lopez. Norma Lopez playing with the likes of the Texas Lone Stars SC, along with Jordan Landy. A couple of players from that team on here. That's a club owned by a female owner, and that of Pia Namdar. Love to have that female ownership here in the MASLW.
That's a great no call. Very well played, referees.
U.S. on the attack. Pass comes in. Shot fired. Just misses off frame as Maria Stevens tried to thread her way through. Battle into the corner. Now it's a sandwich in that corner. Both teams clearly hungry as that one comes back out to Hall. And the play resets, pressing up high is Selena Castillo. Bouncing off the wall, recovered by Lourdes Valle. And back over to Daniela Munoz. Munoz playing her MASLW with RP Dallas. And you, my friend, know a thing or two about the Lone Star State. A lot of Texas representation between both sides here.
Yeah, we've got some talent on both the men's and women's side in Dallas, buddy. And
threading
on
through.
Display here.
Stevens. And that one deflects right off of Melanie Garcia.
You'll notice there's no one that stretches the Mexican team right now. The U.S. has got to get a higher forward. They can stretch those defenders and keep them from pinching in.
Speaking of pinching in, the officials allowing both teams to play as there was contact.
Love it.
From the outside of the boards. You don't want to hear or see those whistles. It might be a friendly, again, anything but it being a friendly. But you don't want to have the whistles dictate the flow of the game, nor do you want to have the referees dictate it. Romero trying to skirt by her defender. And there we see the whistle and hear it as well.
That might be the worst term ever used to describe a game, a friendly.
No such thing when you're a competitor.
No such thing.
Sanchez chips it in, intercepted by the U.S. Excellent defense. We already highlighted the coaches of the United States. Obviously, let's highlight the coaching staff of Mexico as they go on their run. A counter into Rodriguez, but smart defense by Norma Lopez. Norma Lopez, part of that Texas team. Texas.
Couple long shifts here for the U.S. women here. I think they're too long. They're already tired with the heavy legs. 7.5 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, we're getting very close to that media timeout as the U.S. recovers. And I fumbled my words there. Norma Lopez, Texas Lone Stars, SC. Love to see the MASLW grow.
Oh, brilliant.
The growth of women's sports has been phenomenal in the past couple of years, whether it be soccer, whether it be basketball. We're looking to grow it indoor as that ball g's recovered by El Tri. Right around that 7-minute mark here in the first quarter. The chip pass into Gallegos. Gallegos with a one-on-one opportunity. Misjudged that ball as she tried to thread it into the box. Picked right back up once again by Nano Oroños. And I was talking to Mark Litton earlier. He mentioned that Oroños was the player to watch.
Yeah, she's on my list. She's a force in the back. She's a big, strong player. But she's also got a calming presence on the ball, as she illustrated right there. Now she makes a run. Decorated
career in the Big West. First team all Big West back in 2018, playing for the Titans at Cal State Fullerton. And she's going to draw a foul on Andrea Gallegos.
Saw the referees reach into their pocket. Both of them look at each other. Both of them decided to keep their blue card in their pocket. There.
And with that dead ball, not sure if we're going to utilize the complete MASL rules West, as we would normally go through a media timeout. But a free kick here for Oroños. United States in a dangerous space with a lot of players that are wide open. The pass comes right in. Shot deflects. Sofia Munoz right on it, trying to get by Samara Gomez. Samara Gomez, a tenacious defender. Shot bats right off the board. Picked right back up by Valle. Out to Oroños. Oroños getting a lot of minutes here in this first quarter. as she quarterbacks the attack for the United States. And her attempt comes right off of Daniela Munoz. Munoz just going to pick things up here with under 6 to go in the first quarter.
One of the casualties of not spending a lot of time together is on set pieces. They're a little bit out of sync. I wasn't quite sure if they got a set piece in mind, but they've got to get some more girls moving off the ball.
As that pass comes in nearly to our perch here. Picked right back up. Hannah Crum has it in the corner. Bats it off the wall. The rebound, the shot, right off of the plexi, and that's going to come out of play, and that's going to signal the first officials media timeout. 5 minutes to 32 seconds to go here within the first quarter. Both teams deadlocked at 0-0. We're going to take a quick break. You should too. It's Saturday. Go out and go to the fridge and make sure you come out and come back and hang out with Philly and Eddie. Back here in just a moment from OG&E Coliseum.
Are you guys going to count us back in when we're done with the media timeout? We'll wing it. We'll just pay attention.
Quarter. As she quarterbacks So the attack for typically the it's United just States. under the 7.5 And minute her attempt comes right off of so they Daniela extended Munoz. it, but it's all good. Munoz just going to pick things up here with
It
under
has
6
to be
go in
a
the first
ball.
quarter.
One of the casualties of not spending a lot
It
of
has
time
to be a
ball
ball
out
out
of
of
play.
play.
That's why it waited until the 5:32 mark for it to be a ball of play for media timeout. It's usually about a minute and a half long, just FYI.
That pass comes in nearly to our perch here. Picked right back up. Hannah Crum has it in the corner. All right, back here at the OG&E Coliseum. My name's Philly. I'm joined by Eddie Puskarich, depends on whether you're doing it in the American dialect or the European dialect, as the official's going to drop it off to Mexico's goalkeeper, Daniela Munoz, playing with RP Dallas in the MASLW. Throws it in right to the midfield.
Here we go.
USA on the press. In the Hunt. Hunt trying to find some space off the wall. And that one gets batted out.
That'll be dangerous. That'll be top of the arc, top of the dot here. So that's going to be an interesting set piece opportunity here. These, the U.S. team, have got to capitalize on. Here we go. Both teams will be looking to capitalize on these dangerous set pieces here. Again, I hope to see someone down low. And we've got timeout called for by the U.S. team to try and set something up.
And I guess at that point, we're just going to continue to rattle on with things. This is going to be the first of 3 games here tonight. If you're watching this live broadcast, USA versus Mexico women's, obviously going on right now, what we're calling. At the conclusion of this game, we'll have a little bit of a break. The Legends of Chivas de Guadalajara are going to take on Club America, followed by the United States versus Mexico men. That'll be right around 8 o'clock local time. A lot of great things happening here, and a big shout out to Wilson Navas and Certified Lions hosting this event and the MASL Combine. I imagine poor Wilson's sweating it out between hosting the Combine and putting on these 3 games in an arena that's brand spanking new. I don't envy him, but I certainly respect him.
He's done a great job, and speaking of experience, Coach Luis right away from the Mexican team. You want to talk about a guy who has some experience. He's got a resume that just doesn't end. He's going to have these girls organized to defend against this American set piece right here.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to completely highlight the coaching staff of Mexico. Obviously, the speed of this game sometimes changes things. Luis Jaime Borrego, a MASL Coach of the Year just a couple years ago with the Monterrey Flash, an undefeated regular season.
Undefeated. Think about that for a second. That is just unbelievable.
Unfortunately, they lost in the first round of the Milwaukee Wave, but he's assisted by Victor Melendez, Salvatore Manzo, and Antonio Aleman, as there's a free kick for Oroños. She's got some space, but she's got plenty of players to the left and the right of her. Let's see what she settles onto. Ball comes into the left, shipped into the corner, dumped into number 24, Gabby Juarez, recovered by Mexico wearing the black kits. On the run is number 4, Damaris Sanchez, who was part of that team in Croatia, trying to go one-on-one. Shot saved by Kyle, and it gets batted in. Mexico strikes first. A goal by Lourdes Valle, and they score with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter. El 3-1. Estados Unidos 0.
Well, unfortunately, that came off a very poor U.S. free kick. The ball in the initial ball that was played across was bobbled and didn't allow the American player to have a clean second touch and led right to a counterattack. Great counterattack, very persistent, and you got to follow in your shots.
Lourdes Valle playing with Chihuahua Femenil in 10 games. She managed to find the back of the net 13 times to go along with her 8 assists, 21 points in 10 games. She is a baller. Ball comes loose in, picked up by the USA. Sofia Munoz trying to charge in, gets dispossessed, ball loose. Oh. Recovered, shot fired into a black brick wall of El Tri. They recover, another counter opportunity for Mexico. Recovered though by Stevens. Stevens creates herself some space, an excellent run. Has the player open to the right, but she bats it right into Gallegos. Shot fired by the United States, and that's going to come out of play. It's going to be a change of possession here with 4:25 left to go in the first.
Again, difficult ball to hit. The ball's bouncing. This is a brand new turf. I get that, but you've got to have a better ball on the pass to get a better shot on target. I got to tell you, this number 18 for Mexico has really impressed me off the back. Fernanda Soriano, she is a very calm player on the ball.
9 goals and 4 assists during her time at RP Dallas. RP Dallas was in the semifinals of the MESLW tournament. Again, can't help but stress the fact that this Mexico team, the vast majority of it is RP Dallas and Chihuahua Savage Femenil, 2 teams that really dominated through the MESLW ranks. Shot saved by Kyle, and it gets... As that one comes through into the corner, batted off the wall by Hall. USA trying to bring the ball out of their defensive third of the field, picked up by Romero. Romero's shot, upper left corner, ding-dong, ring-a-ling-a-lings, just off of the crossbar. And USA recovers.
He should have passed that ball back post. It was a tap-in.
USA.
Speaking of back post.
The pass in to the right, and just another smart play by Samara Gomez. Shot again off of Samara Gomez. And back into the hands of goalkeeper Daniela Munoz. I've seen Gomez play in USA versus Mexico at Toyota Arena. I've seen her play for Boca Dallas at TST. She's played in the World Mini Football World Cup. She's a lockdown defender. Pass in, USA has an opportunity to counter. Shot fired just off of the plexi. They're getting some good looks, Eddie, but they're just not on frame.
It's got to hit that last technical aspect of it. Creating opportunities is one thing, putting them away is a second thing.
USA pressing up top. Back over to Munoz. As I got to shout out the DJ here playing some Quad City DJs. Come and ride the train. The train tonight is in OKC. Hall into the midfield over to Lexi Anderson.
Good change, very good change. Important to do small details. Changing in possession is so vital.
And that defensive play by Castillo. The United States still has it. Mexico just absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. The USA has found their seams.
But I think the U.S. is getting a little bit of a foothold here. I'd still like to have them stretch a little bit more if we can in the defensive zone.
Valle, the goal scorer just a few minutes ago, goes back to her keeper Munoz. Munoz calmly gets it over to Damaris Sanchez. Sanchez, 10 goals, 5 assists, playing with Chihuahua Savage this past season in the MASLW. For those tuning in, that MASL is what I'm going to use as the acronym for the Major Arena Soccer League. Sanchez being marked high by Emily Juarez. Back over to Munoz. Munoz telegraphs her pass, recovered right by Lexi Anderson. Ball ping-pongs back and forth, ricochets between both sides as we're approaching 90 ticks left of the clock. A beautiful pass to the left, shot fired just off target. Mexico very creative in finding their spaces and their opportunities.
They're a little bit more organized than the American team right now, and they get the counterattack right away from the 2 defenders in the back who are staying very close to each other.
And that's going to be a foul just outside of the attack zone. United States have about a minute 22. I'm sorry, Mexico about a minute 22 to take advantage as we see Samara Gomez back out on the turf for Mexico. The pass in, shot right off of U.S., off of the plexi, the header, no good.
Uh-oh.
Ball is loose, shot fired. Que golazo, Andrea Gallegos. El Tree finds the back of the net for yet again, the second time. They take a nice, comfortable lead, 2-0.
Philly, good things happen when you shoot the ball. You'll see from the replay here, if we get to it here in a second here, but the ball was played into the corner, shot taken off the boards, and the Mexican player was the first one to it, and led to an easy tap-in. That's 2 tap-ins in a row from inside the box.
The statement, as cliche as it sounds, absolutely rings true. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That shot created space and an opportunity for Gallegos to thread through the netting for the second time for Mexico. She, along with Lourdes Valle, have both goals as the United States get their pocket pick.
Here comes
Selena
the counter.
Castillo. Counter. Mexico with numbers. Romero wide open on the right. Tough touch as Oroños aggressively comes into that right corner. 45 seconds left to go here in this first quarter.
Go on,
nice
Oroños.
back heel
Go
pass.
go on.
Oroños doesn't have the numbers. Samara Gomez makes the defensive play, pokes it on over to Romero. 30 seconds left.
Great ball.
Gomez, that ball took a really weird bounce. She passes it, telegraphs it, intercepted by the U.S. And over to Maria Sarellano. 18 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Mexico opting to go back to their keeper, Munoz. 10 seconds.
Very smart. Now we're going to look for a one-shot shot.
This is where Borrego's coaching comes into
Yep.
play. And Gomez is just going to hang on to it. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, folks, as Mexico dominates the first quarter of this game. Goals scored by the likes of Andrea Gallegos and Lourdes Valle have El Tree going into the break comfortably up on the U.S. by a score of 2-0. We're going to take a quick break. Back in a moment for the start of the second quarter. U.S. off the
I think he's going to try and do something here at halftime.
back here at the Oklahoma Gas and Energy Coliseum for the start of the second quarter. The first quarter absolutely dominated by Mexico. It was a very frenetic pace to start the first half of the first quarter, but Mexico seemed to kind of calm down and get themselves composed, and as a result of that, leading this game 2-0.
In a word, organization. Mexico is much more organized than the American team right now. A little more experience, I think, right now.
A lot more experience as these girls have competed indoor at a lot of levels. A lot of recognizable faces. Great move by Emily Juarez, intercepted by Vidal. Counterattack opportunity here by Mexico as Menezes tries to spin past, but Oroños, not a player that you can easily get by. You can see offensively, defensively, she's been aggressive, but Menezes on the right, splices through, shot fired, just misses, but creates a glorious opportunity, ever so close to threading through the back of the net. Oroños, I mean, she's quality. Within seconds of watching her play, between her pace, her tenacity, and obviously her composure there.
Could not agree more, buddy. Just a very, very, very solid player.
Very solid player indeed.
And you'll notice how the Mexican team, Phil, they drop back to midfield now, staying organized, trying to frustrate the American team and look for the counterattack again, i.e. just like that.
And the pass by Nasser, she tried to thread through. That gets intercepted. The whistle's going to get blown here.
So if you're organized in the midfield right there, you're going to force the other team to make some mistakes, as in the case right there.
Gomez plays it quickly as she receives it back into the midfield. Gomez pass into the box. The drop off the shot, that one is off target, but you can see just how structured that was as Selena Castillo shot off the mark. But Gomez and Castillo both played together at Boca Dallas at TST, and you can see that chemistry right there.
That was a brilliant layoff here by Valley. Again, now this time Mexico went a little bit higher in their press, won the ball, and possession again.
Castillo off to Gomez. Gomez being marked by Munoz towards the backfield. And with the pressure that the United States is implementing, Mexico does not seem to be intimidated by it whatsoever.
Very calm, spread the foot out a little bit. The keeper gets involved, keeps possession. Can't go back to the keeper, so the U.S. team should force her to go back to the keeper. Again, inexperience.
Over to Gueresca. Intercepted by Juarez. Norma Lopez from Texas Lone Star SC. Passes back to Fatima Nasser out of Dearborn, Michigan. Playing on that Detroit City FC team that got walloped by Chihuahua Savage in Des Moines, Iowa just a few months ago. I'm going to talk about a walloping. 16-3 was the final of the MASLW championship. Get this, the Chihuahua Savage, 157 goals for, 57 goals against. And half that team is on Mexico's roster right now.
That's a career. Not one season. That's an absolute career. This could be dangerous here. This is now a chance for the U.S. to see how they are going to be competing on another one of their set pieces, top of the arc again.
Let's see who takes it for Mexico. Looks like it's going to be Castillo.
These situations here, you have the Mexican team's got 3 girls in a wall there. You've got to get girls down low on both sides of the post.
Lopez on the restart to the left. Recovered right by Mexico. The spin move by Valle. U.S. doing a good job pressing. But once again, Mexico just calmly and confidently advances it across the midfield. But the U.S. comes right back up with it. Ball to her left.
Got to say again, Philly, set piece are designed to get a shot, a quality shot on frame, and that one there led to no shot whatsoever.
Battle on the boards, and that's going to be a foul going against Mackenzie Hunt. Mackenzie Hunt out of Aurora, Indiana, played for the Sycamores of Indiana State. Missouri Valley Conference, second team all-conference. She was 18th in the NCAA in shot accuracy back during her time, a player to keep an eye on.
So an infraction, once the ball goes to the keeper's feet, it cannot go back to the keeper's feet. Leads to another U.S. set piece in a dangerous situation. They've got to generate a quality shot on the frame.
Let's see if the U.S. can capitalize. I think that's Tufts, Taylor Tufts on the restart.
Oh, try to sneak one in.
There's Oroños once again. Calmly into Valdez. Oroños goes to her left. Tough touch by the U.S. Picked right back up by Mexico. Shot gets fired, trying to catch Hall out of position. And it's going to bounce right back to the keeper. The roll-in right through Tufts. Tufts had one heck of a collegiate career, Eddie. You go through her stats, and it's oh so impressive what she did at Dallas Baptist University.
DBU, powerhouse Division II program in the southern part of Dallas.
I mean, going through her accolades, I could spend the entirety of this broadcast talking about all the awards she won. And I'd still need more time. It would probably bleed into our second game.
Again, you see how wide the U.S. is defending and open up the passing lane there. You got to mark your player inside the shoulder to make it difficult to find the other player.
There's Tufts, who we were just talking about. Back to Oroños.
Not quite as frantic to start the second half, if you notice. A little bit more tactical awareness right now by the U.S.
A little more calm as well. You're going to have butterflies, especially competing with a team that, you're getting a feel for. These girls haven't played together often. Oroños tried to find her way into Juarez.
Every time she has the ball, she's electrifying.
An absolute threat. And a big physical presence as well. I mean, she towers over every player that we see on the turf. That shot misfired by Gabby Juarez.
I don't think Gabby knew she had enough time to take a touch. But a good opportunity generated, though, by the American team.
Juarez out of Norco, California, played collegiately at Princeton. She was second team All-Ivy back in 2021. There she is with possession. Over to Crum. Crum to Nasser. She goes to her left. Fires it into the corner. No one there to recover other than Mexico. Nasser has it in the midfield. Wisely goes back to Hall. USA resets their offense.
Small details. Hall needs to get that first touch and get over that yellow line as fast as possible, just in case she decides to hit one long.
Nasser with plenty of space to move and operate. Goes to her left. Connects right in with Stevens. Stevens, who's shown some flashes of brilliance with her ability to dribble past defenders. That was a tough touch off of Nasser, but it deflects to the United States. Juarez.
Great ball.
Excellent pass into Lexi Anderson. Anderson just up top of the box to Juarez. Gomez recovers. An errant pass from Munoz. And it takes a deflection. The U.S. recovers, trying to capitalize on it. Juarez, shot fired with the keeper well outside of the box. Off of the boards.
Good pressure by the U.S. right now, Philly.
Excellent pressure. Trying to find some space. They haven't had any clear shots on frame here in the second quarter. As we're halfway through the second quarter. Slipping onto the turf is Stevens, but she quickly gets up and recovers.
It also gives them a chance to make a couple of changes, which keeps the Mexican players on the field. Fatigue is going to be an issue in this shift right here.
Fatigue happens to make cowards out of even the best people, and if you look up and down the roster, the United States has a much deeper team in terms of personnel. Mexico hasn't brought the amount of players that the United States has, and even from our vantage point, if you look from left to right, you could tell very easily.
Keep possession, keep the Mexican team on the field right now. Legs will get heavy, mistakes will happen with heavy legs.
Anderson out of Upper Arlington, Ohio, also a member of that Dallas RPFC team. Tries to squeak it through. Gomez once again, lockdown defense.
Mexico's dying for a sub. If she can get down low.
Stevens tried to pass it into the right. Intercepted by Valle. Lourdes Valle and Andrea Gallegos, the two goal scorers. As we see Selena Castillo wisely goes back to the midfield. Did not have the numbers. Intercepted. The United States off on the run. Lexi Anderson with some space. cuts through to the left, passes off to her left. U.S. trying to find some space, but another pass, too much passing, over to from Castillo. Up top, not Sariano, shot off of the boards by Romero. Romero had a one-on-one opportunity with Hall. Went to that bottom left corner, could not thread it through. And Munoz recovered for the United States as we're approaching the 6-minute mark here in the second quarter.
Great play by the Mexican team. It's unlucky not to finish a 1v1.
Munoz tries to connect in with her target forward. Mexico does recover. They do not have the numbers, though, but pressing forward is Menezes. Jacqueline Menezes off the board. Kylie Hall wisely jumps in front, intercepts, and tries to settle down her back line.
I think these shifts are too long right now for the
Mexico
American
does
team
recover.
and for the Mexican team for that matter. You can tell
Do not
the
have
pace of this
numbers,
game
though.
has slowed to a
Pressing
crawl
forward
right now.
is Menezes. Garcia over to Oroños. Former Cal State Fullerton Titan. Telling her teammates to move forward as she passes it to Melanie Garcia. Garcia back to Oroños. Garcia out of Dallas, Texas. Again, that Texas contingent here for the U.S. is very evident. You know what they say, I don't know if this is something that applies to you, but the stars at night are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
It works, and I thank the late, great Paul Rubens in the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure for teaching me that.
There you go.
Oroños getting past her defender. Look at the footwork she has. Brilliant footwork into Garcia, back over to Oroños. Just up top of the box here with 4:46 left here in the second half.
I'd like to see him clear out.
Shot
for
fired. Oh, ever so close by Melanie Garcia. And that's going to be our second media timeout here. 4 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Mexico still sitting on top of the United States by a score of 2-0. Back in a moment here from the OG&E Coliseum, live from the heartland of America, OKC, Oklahoma. Hard in Croatia. Four minutes and 41 seconds to go here in this second quarter. Mexico still leading the United States by a score of 2-0. No good. Ball is loose. The United States looking much better here in this second quarter than they did within the first.
They do. Unfortunately, 4 minutes ago, they have nothing to show for on the scoreboard. This is indoor. We need some goals here from both teams.
If there's anything we know about the world of indoor is plenty of goals can happen at very quick velocity and veracity. As Jacqueline Menezes recovers back for Mexico. A sea of white trails back, recovered by Alyssa Valdez.
Good step by Oroños again. I apologize if I mispronounce her name to her family.
Talk about Valdez out of Dallas, Texas, played collegially at Texas Women's University. That team went to, her team during her time there went to the NC2A D2 championship final.
Coach Bebach, good little program there in Denton. Texas once again, buddy.
A lot of Texas. Texas is a feeder ground for soccer, outdoor, indoor. Menezes, look at that fight, comes up with it. The smallest player on the turf muscles her way into the recovery as Aroños has it back in the midfield for the United States.
You know, I was talking during the break. I wouldn't mind seeing Aroños up front. I like to see her physicality take shape and be dominant up top and try and get a goal that way.
But she's just such a steady presence
Solid.
defensively. I mean, she's leading the charge on the offense, slowing down the tempo. Clearly, you can see her experience. I mean, she's a proven veteran, obviously, but it's so evident in the way that she plays as she passes it on over to Tufts.
But again, notice how the Mexican team is very organized. See, they're cutting the passing lanes, and they shift together. They deny the lane, the ball into the middle, keep it out wide. This is Coach Luis's bread and butter here. Organization with skillful players.
Aroños' shot goes well outside of the field of play. No, you're right. El Profe, as they call him.
Yep.
Coach Borrego, you don't take a team to an undefeated regular season if you don't know what you're doing. And prior to his time with that magical season that the Monterrey Flash had, excellent coach with the Chihuahua Savage as well.
Say what you will about how it was difficult to win in Mexico, but you got to play half your games on the road. So they still had an undefeated season playing half their games on the road. Just an unbelievable mark.
Unbelievable indeed, and they just dominated opponents. Going to miss the Chihuahua Savage in the Major Arena Soccer League, in the M2s and the MASLWs. They certainly dazzled us. We hope to see them back down the road as that pass comes into the corner. Stevens off the wall into Hunt. Gomez presses up, recovered. The pass from Valle, and that's going to be a whistle. Another foul blown out onto the turf.
Difficult decision by Gomez. You can't take risk in the back. It's a phrase we use as coaches, risk versus reward. Unorganized again. Are we going to have 2 in the wall or 3 in the wall?
So will it be Gomez? Will it be Castillo on this free kick? To the right of them is Vidal. Vidal, a proven goal scorer. It is going to be Gomez taking the free kick. To her right, she has Castillo. To her left, she has Castillo. And she's going to opt for a timeout here with 1:54. Wisely done. And again, you could just see how tactical Mexico is and how they know to go back towards the drawing board to figure out what they can do. Here with 1:54, another goal going into the half would really increase the confidence here and would be a dagger to the attack of the United States going into the locker room.
So what Coach Luis did, he very, very intelligently looked to see how the U.S. was setting up. The girls know to look at their coach. Wait. As you get to the set piece, you got 4 seconds, Timeout. Now he will take that information he just learned, apply it to a set piece he's drawing up on the board. Look for some kind of combination to a ball played wide and then struck to the back post for a tap-in.
And it looks like, let's see if Gomez is going to quarterback the attack on the free kick. As they settled in originally, she had Daniela Vidal, her teammate, from the World Mini Football World Cup final in Croatia to her right. She had Lourdes Valle as well. Valle, who had the first, has a goal in this game to go along with her teammate, Andrea Gallegos. And yes, it seems as if it will be Samara Gomez taking the free kick. Selena Castillo to her left.
Now we've got 2 girls on the right-hand side. Again, overload to the right-hand side. Watch the back post on the left side here, Philly.
Gomez getting ready to fire it off to her right. Shot into Fatima Nasser. Great defense. Looks like that's going to be a foul going against Mexico.
That was a verge of a 2-minute there. He took a good swipe at her.
Haven't seen any cards in the game yet. Called very cleanly
Gomez
by the officiating
getting ready to
staff.
fire it
off to her right. Shot.
And we
into
do know that the head of the
Fatima
MASL
Nasser,
officials,
great
Ryan
Sigich, is in the house. He was
He
busting
is.
my chops earlier, saying the officials need the first sponsorship in the MASL. I can't say I would disagree with him, but it's good to see Ryan in here. Gomez on the free kick. She fires it well outside of the mark. It's going to be a goalkeeper restart for Kylie Hall in the United States.
Now let's see what the U.S. can do with 1:47 to go here. They're a little bit fresh legs on the field. And you generate a quality opportunity here.
A goal would do wonders for adding confidence to the United States, who have looked so much better here within the second quarter. A nice bounce in. Juarez has it, poked away, recovered back by Munoz. Munoz goes over to Stevens into the midfield. Stevens weighing her options, goes towards her right, connects with Hannah Crum. Back over to Stevens, 90 seconds left on the game clock. A brilliant pass in to Stevens, who opts to restart herself. And a tribute to the Mexico defense, just pushing the United States back as they try to move forward and attack.
Good patience, so good patience. Take what they give you, but be patient.
Hall tried to find Stevens. Castillo. She's going to opt to go backwards to Alejandra Rodriguez. We haven't talked too much about Rodriguez, another member of the Chihuahua Savage. 9 points on the season.
Careful.
Damaris Sanchez.
Careful in the back. Last man back. Don't want to lose the ball there.
Hall. Shout out to our public address announcer. I'm loving the hype, trying to get the crowd into it. Bounce off the wall into Munoz. 37 seconds remaining here in the half. Mexico trying to fire another one off before we head on into the intermission.
Sorry,
Stevens,
Philly.
You're good, buddy.
Little more patience, and you had a 2 against none. Get the ball away from the boards and just slot it over for a tap-in for Juarez.
Stevens on the restart. By the way, you never have to apologize to me, my friend.
I've
been looking forward to calling games with you for a long time.
I'm from Texas, buddy. It's in our DNA.
Well, it's a good thing you get along with this New Yorker who now lives in L.A. 15 seconds remaining. We're about under 10 to go. Can the U.S. fire one more shot off? Tufts gets the ball taken away from her. Menezes wide open to her left. Ricochets off 2 seconds, 1 second. And there's the final horn, folks. Stalemate in terms of goals scored within the second quarter. But Mexico goes into the intermission up by a score of 2-0. Andrea Gallegos and Lourdes Valle, the 2 goal scorers. Quick thoughts on the first half, my friend, before we go into the break.
Well, we had a comment called 2-0 before the game. Ironically, it's 2-0 in favor of Mexico at halftime at the midpoint. So Mexico, I think, is a much more organized team right now. They're experienced. The U.S. has got to go back in the locker room, get some fresh water, relax a little bit, and come out with a new attitude for the second half.
I'm loving the analysis and, again, enjoying working with you, my friend. We go to the break with Mexico up on the United States by a score of 2-0. Go on over, take a break, grab yourself something cold, and stick around for the second half as we are live from the heartland of America, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, live from the OG&E Coliseum. Back in a moment, Philly and Eddie with you to start the third quarter in just a few. Now he gets back. No, no. Now it gets batted out.
That'll be
Batted out. Pass in.
on the ball. As she illustrated right there. Now she makes a run.
Decorated career in the Big West. First team All Big West back in 2018, playing for the Titans. Back here for the start of the third quarter for this USA versus Mexico women's game. My name's Philly. I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Eddie Puskarich. Coach, you've coached some pretty legendary teams during your time. The score 2-0 in favor of Mexico. If you are the head coach of the United States, what are you telling your team at halftime coming out of the locker room?
Well, I think first of all, I've got to relax a little bit, okay? They're young. A little bit of idle energy, if you will, nervous energy in the first half. I think the shifts were too long. They've got to get a little bit more organized as well, too. They've got two big passing lanes for the Mexican team that they can play within. As for Mexico, you know, it's no surprise that you've got Coach Luis bringing his girls out here at the 4-minute mark left in the halftime to get them warmed up. I mean, nobody doubts who's in charge of this team, you know, and they are on the field ready to go. I was very impressed with this team for the first half. Should be entering second half, buddy.
Absolutely. With the score being 2-0, that is nothing in terms of a lead when it comes to indoor. Very important to note the United States have a change in between the sticks. Kylie Hall heads on over to the Pine Pony. Getting the start is number 99, Lily Yurmi out of Los Angeles, California. Played collegiately in the Big West for the Matadors of CSUN. It'll be very interesting to see how this change of keeper is going to impact the game. I would say Hall played very well.
Very well.
As particular within the second quarter as the United States settled down. But as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the United States bringing in a lot more personnel. 16 players to Mexico's 12. A backup keeper. Mexico does not have a different one. Munoz gets to start here in the third quarter.
I think it's a change, not reflection of how Hall played, but to give Munoz a chance to get some experience as well, too. So you can't blame him for the first two goals. They were both tap-ins.
Oh, 100%. I mean, both keepers are equally talented, and obviously you want to, it's a talent of riches as that pass gets intercepted once again by Gomez. I'm just utterly impressed at her tenacity, just finding her ways into the channels as the USA try to thread their way in. Samara Gomez seems to intercept every pass that the U.S. tries to connect with in that attacking third.
Uh-oh. Careful.
I would say a lot of people watching share your sentiments there as that one comes out of play here. Barely 60 seconds into the game. You're already breaking out the uh-ohs.
That's the old hospital ball, as we commonly refer to it.
Well, for those viewers out there, you care to explain what the hospital ball is?
Yeah, hospital ball. Hold on one second. We'll see what happens here.
Pushed off the ball, and that's going to be a foul going against Damaris Sanchez, pushing Lexi Anderson off. That's going to be a foul, no question about that. Restart here for the United States in a dangerous position. And there is Aroños. I want to highlight the fact that she's the founder of the Complete Player Project, a development academy for futsal arena, mini football, and beach soccer. She's all over the place when it comes to small-sided soccer, and I love that. Her shot just off the right of the plexi. Ricochets and bounce over to Valdez. The United States recovers. Back over to Aroños. Aroños wisely goes back over to the midfield. Mexico pressing high as Castillo charges up front. The chaos helps create the turnover as that pass comes off of the wall. And there's the battle.
Careful, 2-on-1.
Recovered by Mexico. United States do a good job intercepting the channel.
That might be a bit of luck involved in that one, a 2-on-1. They were unfortunately a little bit too close together to expose that space.
Either way, Alyssa Valdez makes the play, and the United States recover. Trying to get it past the midfield, getting pressed away by Castillo. Good pass in Hunt has it, the former Sycamore, over to Aroños.
I like Hunt's tenacity. I think her tenacity is going to get her a goal this afternoon.
Aroños passes on over to her right to Valdez. Tufts. Over to Juarez. Back over to Aroños. Try to do a give and go. Aroños made her run, but the pass from Juarez just gets intercepted. Chip on over to Romero. Romero looks like she's going to get fouled by Aroños. And just across that yellow line, which from our vantage point looks orange, Mexico's going to have the restart.
It was a foul, but great recovery by Aroños. She continues to impress me, Philly.
Without a doubt, one of the best players on the turf between both sides. Restart looks like it's going to be taken by Romero. She has Gomez to her left, who is wide open just up top. Gomez has it, has space, she fires it. Just off of the mark and towards the bar, by the way. And again, this OG&E Coliseum, very pretty venue, a lot of nice lounges, a lot of great facilities. And again, shout out to Wilson Navas and Certified Lions for putting on this event. Fans are starting to pile in, seeing a lot of Club America and a lot of Chivas jerseys. There was a lot of fanfare as players from both teams entered into the facility moments ago. Picked right back up by Menezes. Menezes, a titan with one heck of a Napoleonic complex, towers on over her opponents. Nasser had it, but that's going to be a foul going against the U.S. Mexico's going to have the ball just up top of the box.
Back to that hospital ball a minute ago that we haven't had a chance to get back. There's the replay here. You can tell it's a good battle right against the boards here, and then she comes in a little bit late over the ball, and that foul. We'll get to the hospital comment at a later time, Philly.
Fair enough. Menezes from RP Dallas. I got a text message from the legendary David Ortiz. He wanted me to say he's one of the greatest coaches ever as he coaches RP Dallas. Got nothing but love for the villain, as I like to refer to him as. Opportunity here from Mexico, trying to thread it through. Recovered. Back on over to Gomez in the midfield.
That RP Dallas is one of the better teams in the MASL. They are very, very talented.
United States on the counter. Ball goes into Crum. Crum fires it, but Gomez is there to thwart that effort. That's going to bounce on over to the VIP chairs. And again, a shout out to David Ortiz. Nothing but love, my man. I know you're watching this broadcast. As Nasser said on the restart for the United States. Back on over to the midfield to Stevens. Stevens, I'd love to see her press forward because she knows how to dribble past defenders. We've seen it within the first and the second quarter.
Again, look how Mexico is organized. Not pressing too high, cutting the passing lanes off a little bit. The U.S. is not allowed to receive a ball in dangerous areas.
Tufts being pushed off of her zone by Gomez. Gomez recovers it for Mexico as she's being marked by Stevens. Over to Menezes, intercepted by Hunt. The shot fired. Gomez bats it out of danger and recovered by Gallegos. Andrea Gallegos goes back on over to Samara Gomez.
Smart, bring it back, relax a little bit, spread them out, create space for your teammates.
Now
Very well organized. A bit lucky there, a bit lucky there.
Good touch, and that's going to be a foul going against the United States again. Drawn by Lourdes Valle on Fatima Nasser. If there's anybody that's got some stakes in this, I would say it's Nasser, having played with Detroit City.
There's a warning given out to the entire team for encroachment. You must retreat the allotted space for allow the free kick.
Gomez on the free kick, kicked up and high and out of play by Stevens with 10:28 to go here within the third quarter.
He's going to deem that top of the box. Again, dangerous set piece situation here. Let's see what Luis has in mind again. Head coach for the Mexican national team. I'm still waiting for a back post tap in, Philly.
Romero fires it off of the mark. It's going to be a goalkeeper restart for Lily Yurmi.
Not quite sure he had that drawn up, but
an ambitious attempt, if you will.
ambitious as it was.
Yermi hasn't been tested starting her shift here in the second half. Has a heck of a throw-in trying to connect with Lexi Anderson.
Yeah, no kidding. What a great distribution.
Excellent distribution. Juarez goes on over to the midfield, back to Aroños. Aroños, too bad we don't have the ability to track distance covered in touches, because Aroños would lead both teams in that category, potentially with Samara Gomez of Mexico. Bounced off the wall. Juarez taken away by Sanchez. And Aroños, that calming presence in the back line, restarts things for the Stars and Stripes.
Can't say enough about her. She's very consistent.
Very consistent and calm. El Tree back on the run. I feel like that's a broken record, the amount of times that I've said that. And there's Aroños coming in between the boards and Damaris Sanchez. The United States looking to take advantage of any kind of space. And I feel like that was a missed pass as Hannah Crum was wide open.
But I like how they're stretching the attack now. This is going to lead to issues here.
Recovered by the U.S. with Munoz out of the box. Juarez has it. Shot fired. Recovered. The United States scores! And the first goal of the game for the Stars and Stripes, registered by number 9, Lexi Anderson. The U.S. draw back one, and it is 2-1 here with 9 minutes and 2 to go in the third quarter.
Not too many mistakes Munoz has made today, but that one was a vital one. She came out a little bit too aggressive, had a bad touch, got herself exposed, and allowed an easy tap in for the U.S. 2-1. We've got a game now, Philly.
From the turf to the twine, Lexi Anderson scores in time. 2-1 right now for the U.S.
All of a sudden, the U.S. got a little gip in their step here. It's amazing what a goal can do for your enthusiasm. Here we go again.
Look at the defense by Tufts. Munoz once again outside of her box. Tufts in. Gomez breaks it up. Another shot fired. Saved by Munoz.
Wow.
Mackenzie Hunt had a clear look at goal. Denied by Munoz, who I would say arguably just made the save of the game thus far.
Handball, but it was okay. It was a good step by Aroños. That's how indoor is, Philly. Goals come in bunches sometimes, and the U.S. almost got a second one right there. That's unfortunate. Couldn't put a shot a little bit lower to the corners.
Gomez goes back to her keeper, Munoz. Munoz advancing it. Haven't seen too much of the goalkeepers pressing forward. As a 50-50 ball won by Stevens.
3-on-2 if they hurry.
Counterattack opportunity for the Stars and the Stripes. Tufts slows things down. Stevens tries to get by Sariano. Both battling, and Sariano comes right back up with it as Munoz clears the midfield.
Unfortunate there, Philly, lack of recognition and understand when you've got a counterattack opportunity.
Yermi to Sariano. Not to Sariano, my apologies to Tufts. Tufts comes back up with it. No foul as Menezes goes down on the turf. Stevens advances it across the midfield into Munoz. Menezes is going to hobble off of the turf. The United States, I would say, in a display of sportsmanship, restarts things to enable Mexico to come back to full capacity as Aroños.
Back post, back post.
Hannah Crum has it on the left. Crum fires it off of the plexi.
A little bit more control there and accuracy. It could have been a tap in.
Aroños to her right. Gomez kicks it out, and that's going to send us
It should.
to immediate timeout. Yes, it does. Sometimes you got to question things. Folks, hang on to your seats because the United States managed to find their way back into this game. It's 2-1 with 6:54 remaining in the third quarter. Back in a moment with Philly and Eddie. saved by Munoz. Back here for the start of the third quarter. The United States finds their way into the back of the net. 2-1 the score now. Lexi Anderson threads through the netting, cutting the lead in half for Mexico. Aroños' shot comes off of the boards into Emily Juarez.
I like the idea on the set piece there, Philly. Just not properly executed, but I like how the girls tried to have some kind of play there.
The momentum is seemingly shifted its direction towards the Stars and the Stripes as that one ricochets back on over to Munoz as she rolls it in. The United States look shell-shocked within the first quarter as Mexico scored their first 2 goals, but they've settled down, in particular after that media timeout, and they've found their way back into the game. And for a sport that finds so many goals, I'm kind of impressed that we're only 2-1 right now, but still so much more time to be had as Aroños ginsus her way through the midfield, up top just outside of the box. Pass comes up top. U.S. resets. Juarez tries to go into the corner to Anderson. To Tufts. Anderson, who scored the first goal for the United States. Over to Valdez. Tries to connect with Aroños, but Sanchez is there once again into Castillo. Castillo being marked by the red, white, and blue. Poked away. Crum. Ball finds its way over to Juarez. Juarez is going to go back to Aroños. Can the United States find some space? Mexico seems to have found their way playing more defense than offense for quite some time, Eddie.
Yeah, but they're organized still, Philly. They don't see they forced a bad pass. They collect it, keep possession, and see what they can offer in return. Gave it away, unfortunately, right away.
Munoz's pass tried to find Mitzi Guerresa. Recovered. Sanchez. Rodriguez ends up going down, taken down by Mackenzie Hunt. No whistle there as the U.S. recovers. Just as it goes in indoor soccer, quickly recovered by Mexico. And that's going to be a foul going against the U.S., much to the chagrin of the red, white, and blue. Goes in soccer, quickly recovered by
I'll tell you what, though, I got to comment on Mackenzie Hunt's tenacious drive. She has a battery, it just doesn't cease. You'll see in your replay a little nutmeg and just a little remind you I'm there tackle.
Mackenzie Hunt was one of my players to watch as Samara Gomez is set to take the restart for Mexico. 4:34 remaining here in the third quarter. Mexico still up on the U.S. by a score of 2-1. Menezes back onto the turf for Mexico. Gomez's shot, and that's going to come off of Maria Stevens. Headed back and forth. In the box, there's the foul drawn by Lourdes Valle. And we see our first blue card. We love to call that bad boy a Smurf. Why? There's very few things in life that are small and blue other than a Smurf. And, my man, let's see where that foul occurs.
It occurred in the box, unfortunately, for the U.S., and it will be a penalty kick on top of the arc. Oh, she did clip her. She did clip her.
And that foul's going to go against Stevens. That's going to be a free kick for Mexico. This will be the cleanest look that Mexico has really had since the first quarter.
Got to remind everybody as well, too, that both coaches do have a red challenge flag. So if they want the referees to look at any kind of these calls, they could ask them that, but there is no reason to challenge that call.
I was on the call for the U.S. versus Mexico at Toyota Arena just a couple of years ago where I saw that very player lining up Samara Gomez on the free kick. What I saw, she liked to go right onto the keeper. So let's see if the U.S.'s goalkeeper, Lily Yermi, can make the play. Samara Gomez looking to put Mexico up by 2 goals. We'll see who it's going to be. Will it be Gomez? Will it be
right?
Yermi?
Keeper's right or the shooter's right?
Gomez fires it. Upper left corner, where my Uncle Franz likes to keep the good schnapps. Mexico by a score of 3-1.
Oh, your Uncle Franz can have a nice little schnapp because that's unstoppable in the replay. Just very calmly places it high. No chance. Great finish. 3-1 now. Back to that 2-goal cushion.
That one's in the net faster than my DoorDash on a Friday night. Mexico up by 2 with 4:25 remaining here in the third quarter.
Is that DoorDash contract you got, right?
Well, you know, I'm trying to opt for sponsors. I took on a new role within the league. So, DoorDash, if you hear me, let's have a conversation. As Yermi clears the midfield. Good touch by the U.S. Aroños.
Now they should press.
At this point, the aggression is going to happen with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ball is loose. Foul down on the turf.
This will be a dangerous area now for the U.S. for their chance at an attacking set piece. It's a good opportunity when the ball goes in the corner of the Philly. Go ahead and press as a team.
It's important to note that we did see a blue card, which would normally mean the man advantage. But because Mexico scored by that goal of Samara Gomez, there's no reason to opt with that power play as the goal was scored. Actually, I don't know if I said that right, but either way, Aroños on the restart. Fires, goal for the U.S.! An incredible counter off of a set piece. Once again, the U.S. finds their way into the back of the net. Let's take a look at that replay again. I know Aroños got the dime. Let's see where the distribution went.
It's an own goal because you put the ball in the mixer, and good things happen when you put balls in the mixer. And that nice little ball into the mixer right there resulted in an own goal.
Net rippled, crowd tripled, scoreboard scribbled. 3-2 right now with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Got the crowd back into the game now as well, too. 3-2.
We know the fans are filing in as that one misfired by Romero. We promised you an exciting game, a friendly that's not really a friendly because there's nothing friendly when it comes to the U.S. and Mexico. We've had 5 goals scored. And anytime Mexico has found their way up by 2, the United States have found an answer as Menezes' shot. She's going to draw a foul on the United States is Alyssa Valdez, and that's going to be a free kick here for the Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that one, though, Philly. Sometimes you see in the replay here, she's just taking a shot and to go for the block. I don't know if that's a foul or not. She was already going down after she hit it, but irregardless, it is a set piece. Not in a dangerous area, but a set piece nonetheless.
Romero with the free kick. She's going to try to thread it through to the left. Broken up. Gomez has it on the corner. Still sticking with it. Kicked away by the United States. Into the midfield. Mexico presses up high.
Great skill.
The pass comes in to Crum. Crum going to opt to go back towards her midfield. U.S. restarts. Juarez on over to Stevens. Stevens, a
Back
clever
post.
pass to Valdez. Valdez off of the wall, but Daniela Munoz picks it right back up for Mexico.
This is going to be out of bounds, I would assume. Oh, got the old bounce.
Takes a heck of a bounce into Gallegos. Gallegos into the attack zone. Gallegos finds space. Gallegos! What a goal! Finds the back of the net for the second time for her grace. The weird bounce, she stuck with it. Cleverly bounced it into the bottom left corner where the dust mites dwell. Mexico up on the U.S. by a score of 4-2.
Well, you see in a replay, when there's traffic in front of the goalkeeper, you don't need to hammer a ball into the corner, just put it on the frame. C&I shot finds the back post there. Now it's 4-2 with 2:57 to go in the third period.
And it's going to be interesting to see how the U.S. responds. Anytime that they've allowed 2 goals, they've quickly responded. 4-2 in favor of Mexico. Will El Tree break this game wide open, or will the U.S. claw one back? Nasser had it recovered in the midfield, but a whistle gets blown. It's going to be Mexico ball here with 2 minutes and 35 remaining in the third quarter.
The game has definitely found a different level, Philly. But the women on both teams have raised the level. Crowd's gotten into the game. Crowd's still filling in. Now we're playing some MASL soccer.
I don't know about you, but in terms of like the crowd participation, I'm hearing a lot of Mexico fans.
Yep.
More so than the United States.
Well, in fairness, they are here for the next game as well, too, the Legends game, so they're following in.
Las Águilas against Chivas. That'll be a fun one as the pass comes into Sanchez. Sanchez off of the wall. It ricochets. Mexico recovers. Castillo marked by Nasser.
We got bodies flying everywhere now.
Shouting out the band Drowning Pool. Let the bodies hit the floor. Advancing into the attack zone. Minute 55 remaining here in the third quarter. Recovered by Munoz. Munoz in a dangerous position finds Oroños. She advances it out of that defensive third for the United States. Being marked heavily by Castillo. Goes over to Nasser. United States need to be careful here as Mexico presses up top. Poked away by Castillo, and that's going to be a foul. Tarjeta Azul, another foul going against the United States. That's the second blue card, Coach.
Yeah, you've seen a replay. She does a nice little linebacker tackle there. Good form, unfortunately wrong sport. That is definitely going to be a blue card 8 days a week and twice on Sundays.
You're the man of X's and O's. I assume there's people tuning into this broadcast that have no idea what a blue card is. Coach, I'm going to drop this one off to you. Explain what's going on.
Similar to hockey, you've got a 2-minute penalty where you have one of the girls, in this case, number 6, is going to go into the sin bin. Nasser will have a 2-minute penalty. It's a 5-on-4 power play. She stays in the box until they score a goal or the 2 minutes is up.
90 seconds remaining. There's a shot from well outside of the box.
Uncharacteristic, actually. You want to really, that lasted about 3 or 4 seconds. You want to take your time, get some rhythm going, make the defenders move around a little bit, find the open slot. She gave the U.S. a little break there.
Yermi's distribution is very impressive.
Very impressive, no kidding.
As she tries to connect with Taylor Tufts, Munoz. That ball gets timed by the United States, but picked right off by Gallegos. Gallegos into Gomez. We're approaching 60 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
We don't have a power play clock, but this will take the rest of this quarter unless they score.
And we'll have about 28 to 30 seconds to start the fourth quarter where Mexico's going to have the advantage. Gomez up top of the box, goes to her left. Mexico trying to thread through the seams, the pass through. Yermi wisely collides on it, and she's going to grasp onto it.
Great distribution again. Oh.
Tried to find Mackenzie Hunt, who would have had a one-on-one with Daniela Munoz with 42 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Philly, that's the first time I've seen either team use the board, the changes to gain an advantage. The American player came off the first board. She came back off the second board and gained a 10-yard advantage and almost got a break.
Hunt to Crum. Crum to Oroños. Passes it back to Stevens. Oroños is going to crash in. Hunt has it. Oroños trying to.
Turner.
Goes to her left. Tracks to her right. Over to Hunt. 17 seconds remaining. Can Hunt fire one off? And that's going to come off for Gomez. Gomez once again deflects a U.S. shot that comes into that box. 7 seconds remaining. Mexico going to slow things down. Gomez going to hang on to it. Finds Menezes as the horn blows. Third quarter has had a lot of drama, and we introduce our good friend the Drama Llama into the mix. We head into the third intermission with Mexico leading the U.S. by 2. Score 4-2. Back in a moment for the start of the fourth quarter. You're watching U.S. versus Mexico live from the OG&E Coliseum.
What's that? Where the fouls at? Right up here, in these boxes here. So all the fouls in the second half. Look around, there's a cuarto. check marks a foul for that person in the half. And leave the first half out.
Special shout out to our sponsors, Certified Life, Royal OG&E Painting, All Bright Steel Products, Courtyard by Marriott, Tweak Transition Auto Repair, and Man Eating Ready Mix.
Number 6 is 4? Yeah, she's at 4 for the 2 and 2. Okay. Yeah, 2 and 2. I gotta get rolling. Give me a moment. Okay, thank you. You good now?
We have some Fuego MC youth players in the stands today. So, tell me, who is your favorite player on the Chivas or América? Steve, they love everyone. That's so awesome.
Welcome back, folks, to the OG&E Coliseum. One more quarter to go. Mexico up on the U.S. by a score of 4-2.
And we actually start this with Nasser still in the box. The U.S. has got 5 players. They should have 4 because Nasser's got 27 seconds to go before she comes out of the box. There we go. Now they got it sorted out here.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the start of the fourth period, fourth quarter.
Try and play with 5. Why not, huh?
I mean, if you could take advantage of your advantages, testing the MESL officials, but they caught on to that real quick as Tufts puts it back into play. The U.S. don't have a lot of time as that one comes well off of the mark by Stevens. Mexico's going to do a really good job killing this power play. Coming into the start of the fourth quarter with 27 seconds left. 6 seconds have transpired. 21 left. Can they find a short-handed goal here in the short, limited amount of time they have? Is Gallegos eyeing herself a hat trick, passes it on over to Castillo. Castillo goes to her right. In to Romero. She connects back with it. Fires it in. Broken up by Stevens.
Here comes the danger as this penalty is going to be over, and she can press right away.
Castillo quickly fires it away. She would have easily have been gotten dispossessed. The pass comes in. Shot fired. Deflects. Headed. Ball is loose. Goes off of the boards. Oroños is there to clean up the mess, but
Our keeper's down. Referee should
Yurmi
stop
is
it
down,
here. and they
hanging on
have.
to her leg, and the officials are going to blow the whistle to halt things.
Anytime you've got a goalkeeper down, it's usually called right away to prevent a disadvantage. You'll see in the replay here, it's a bit of a melee. She comes out, and it looks like she just, I see, she got landed on. So not a major twist, just a landed on. So good. She's tough. She's good.
Tough, good, resilient, solid. Look, I could speak about people from L.A. People from L.A., they build them tough, no question about it. Yurmi is tough.
Yurmi is tough.
Corner kick
What a
restart.
great name. What a great name that is for broadcasters.
100%. Look for Castillo to receive that free kick. Castillo on over to Sanchez. Sanchez.
Here we go.
Dispossessed by Tufts. Can Tufts hang on to it to create a counter for the U.S.? But once again, Mexico finds their way into the channels. Munoz into Castillo. Dispossessed, sticking with it. Into, I was going to say into Mitzi. Guerres. Valdez. Oroños.
Uh-oh.
Ball is loose.
Wow. I wonder if Yermi's okay. She's popped back up again. We have to watch her for a little bit here, Philly.
She is standing tall, though, standing tall and confident. Munoz into Sanchez, to her right, to Vidal, Daniela Vidal, part of that team in Croatia for Mexico that lost to the U.S. Mexico, thus far, if the result holds, will get that revenge. Even though it's a friendly, getting a result after a big loss in a big-time competition is always going to do wonders for increasing the confidence. 13-14 remaining in the ball game.
No such thing as a friendly. That needs to be outlawed from the American language.
That's true. As that one sails into the air and bounces into the stands. We were talking about how back in the day, fans were able to walk out with a number of balls that came in and out of the pitch. I think that's something we need to reintroduce in the Major Arena Soccer League. Maybe we limit it to like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But either way, it'd be kind of cool to have a fan walk out with a game ball as Samara Gomez set to take the restart. Gomez to her left, shot, deflects.
It could be argued, Philly, they still walk out with some balls, although illegal.
The pass in to Hunt. Hunt advances it. Can the U.S. capitalize as the pass comes in of Jordan Landy? Jordan Landy's shot off the mark. We haven't called Landy's name out much. She was a late addition into the game, playing collegiately at Webster. Track athlete in college as well as a collegiate soccer athlete. Running the 400. You know she's got some speed on her. Also a member of that Texas Lone Stars SC team led by Pia Namdar. Into the box. So that gets chested back over to Munoz. Munoz with her distribution. A fine touch by Mexico. As Romero launches it high into the air. Somehow comes back up with it as she bodies Hannah Crum off the ball and spins right by her.
What a great turn that was.
Tries to find some space into Castillo. Castillo. Shot well over and out. And you would argue that Gallegos, while hungry to get her hat trick, had Samara Gomez wide open to the left of her.
She did, but I tell you what, Romero showed me quite a bit of skill there. She's a talented player as well. Some very good talent on this team right here, Philly. Very, very good for the women's game.
No surprise that 6 players on this Mexico team won the Major Arena Soccer League's women's division. Another whistle blown onto the turf. 11:51 remaining as Mexico has it on the restart. Currently leading the Stars and Stripes by 2 with a score of 4-2. Great defense by Crum. Crum has Juarez with her on the attack. Still has it. Wide open shot. Just doesn't get enough mustard on it as Taylor Tufts.
Again, I think they have time to take a touch and place their shot instead of rushing it.
Menezes speeding through, but Stevens makes the defensive play. Bounces it back over to Yermi.
Again.
Top of the arc restart is Yermi. Kicks it off the wrong end of her foot.
Sorry, Philly. Stevens, great recovery. She's very athletic as well, too, but you've got to be able to receive that ball from the keeper and keep it in play. These set pieces are going to become an issue.
11:21 remaining in the game. Samara Gomez was motioning on over to the bench.
They've only got 4 players on the field. He's probably going to call a timeout. Yeah.
Absolutely said it. 11:21, Samara Gomez motions to the referee to blow the whistle for a timeout. She took a look on over to the box as their head coach, Borrego, was getting ready to come out with his clipboard, see what they could design right here. Your thoughts as far as the coach is concerned.
So,
how are the set pieces run for Mexico?
I think both teams, to be honest with you, I'm disappointed that neither team has spent much time on their set pieces. They're probably getting used to the team get together again and work on their tactics and their possession and things of that nature. But in an indoor game, these set pieces are such a vital component. They've had maybe 8 or 9 top of the arc violations here. The U.S. got a set piece goal in the corner here from Aronos when she put the ball in the mixer for a goal. So set pieces are vital, absolutely vital.
Got to take advantage of all the opportunities that you can here with 11-21. 6 goals scored between the two teams, Mexico 4, the U.S. 2. And this has been the longest that Mexico has had a 2-goal lead, as any time that they have found the back of the net and tried to double up their lead, the United States has been hot on their trails. But defensively, Mexico has settled things down. And Samara Gomez, it's either going to be her or Veronica Romero on this restart. Will it be the lefty or will it be the righty? To the left of them is Selena Castillo. Gomez is going to bounce it on off. That comes off of the back heels of Juarez.
Here we go.
Mackenzie Hunt on the run, one-on-one with the keeper. Here's an opportunity for the U.S. to shine. Mackenzie Hunt goes down, and we're going to see a blue card. That's going to be a foul going against Gallegos. Mackenzie Hunt had a clear path.
Absolutely. You'll see in a replay here, this is absolutely pure speed. She's by the keeper. She's taken down. Textbook. Now we're going to have a shootout. My man Philly, one of the most exciting things in the indoor game is a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. We have a challenge flag issued, however. Coach Luis is challenging this. Why not? You only got one of them.
We might age ourselves with this reference, but we're going to utilize the George Michael sports tape. Let's go to the videotape, as the officials are going to determine whether or not the infraction that occurred moments ago will lead to a shootout. By what we saw moments ago, Daniela Munoz was set to face Nano Aroños on a shootout. Could be an interesting one.
Yeah, he's going to lose this one, I think. If I were a betting man, which I am, I'd wager pretty high he'll lose this one. However, you have that flag, excuse me. It's a good time to get your team together. Sometimes he just had to use a timeout a minute ago because he was short a player on a restart. This could be used as a timeout to get set up to see what happens afterwards. So we'll get a replay here again too, Phil. You go, and they're looking at this right now as well too. She's by her. She is taken down. There's no attempt at the ball. Lock it in. Final answer.
Well, let's wait. Let's see if the officials can see the same thing, but got to credit the defense by the United States. Mackenzie Hunt draws the foul. And yes, as you mentioned, it should be a shootout unless proven otherwise. We've seen crazier things in the world of indoor soccer, but the U.S. could potentially have a very valiant effort at drawing nearer in this game. Blue card is up, so it looks like the call is going to stand.
And again, Philly, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say, Coach Luis, use this as a timeout. 11-10 to go, 2-goal advantage. Calm his girls down. What's going to happen if she misses it? Get yourself organized. Probably haven't worked on this a lot in practice recently, so, again, experience her. You'll see in a replay last time again, cut and dry. Otherwise known as a DOGSO, denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
One of the greatest acronyms that I've ever heard in my 45 years of existence.
That's free. I'm not going to charge you for that one, by the way.
Oh, you're going to charge me in one way or another.
Oh, look who's taking this, Philly.
No question about it. A player that we've highlighted frequently in this contest. It's going to be Nano Aroños taking on Daniela Munoz in the shootout. Fires it. She's off the mark. Still has an opportunity.
Okay, now we're going to have a debate here. Did the ball go over the line? Here's a replay. Here's a replay. Phil, you start counting.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Aroños fires it off of the wall. She comes back up with it, fires it.
And we've got a bench warning for display. Now, he has used his challenge unsuccessfully. He cannot challenge this, so there is no way to discount this goal or this call. It is going to count 4-3. We'll see once again. You and I will count together, Philly.
Take it on.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. It's close.
Aroños with a fraction of a second draws near blood. It is 4-3. The Titan titanically punches through the back of the net. The USA only down by 1 with 11-10 remaining in the fourth.
And now we have the crowd back into it. And the enthusiasm and the intensity has risen to a U.S.-Mexico level that we all expected.
So with 11-7 to go, this should be a fiery finish here as the United States recovers again. Munoz well outside of her box as Tufts tried to fire one into the attack zone. Ball into the corner. Sanchez being marked heavily, trying to get it out. Romero. And there's Oroños once again, hearing chants of Mexico all throughout the OG&E Coliseum. Pass comes into Juarez.
Oh.
Take it away.
Oh, no.
Another whistle.
That's where you don't call the whistle. You play the advantage. I know it was a high kick, but she's going to the goal in a 2-on-1. A bit quick on the whistle there, Philly.
Restart for Romero. Romero goes up top into Sariano to Gomez. Gomez tries to find a seam. That bounces right off of the plexi. Mexico nearly recovered, but Juarez has it. Into Oroños, marked heavily by Castillo, trying to get by her defender. She successfully does. Advances it across the midfield, but Gomez is there once again to make another defensive play. Bats it towards the midfield. 50-50 ball. Right in, recovered by Castillo. Castillo does not have the numbers as she crosses it through the attack zone, but recovered by Crum. 10 minutes to go. That pass comes towards Gomez. Gomez into that left corner. It bounces off, headed back over. Oroños into Juarez. Gabby Juarez. U.S. is going to finally get some time to settle. The pace is certainly picked up as that pass comes directly in to Munoz.
And we've got a cramp. And the sportswoman that she is, Oroños, is helping. Oh, we got cramps in both calves. Poor girl.
And I think that's Lourdes Valle, who has scored once today. Well, I know you mentioned earlier there's no such thing as a friendly. In this fierce competition that is the U.S. versus Mexico, that is the absolute display of sportsmanship there. Nod your caps to Nano Oroños.
Absolutely. This also gives both teams a chance. Almost have a timeout, Philly. Take a breath here. Do some last-minute tactical awareness here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Everybody go get some water. Don't forget, these women have not been together very often, very long at least. So,
not on the U.S. side, Coach, but for the Mexico side, indeed. And look, we're going to take a quick break here as I'm looking at the monitor. 9:34 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Stick around. More action to be had from the OG&E Coliseum. .34 remaining here in the fourth quarter between the U.S. and Mexico. Mexico up by a score of 4-3. My name's Philly. I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the Duke of Dallas himself, Eddie Puskarich. I have to ask you, are you enjoying that little moniker, that little nickname?
oh, that's brilliant. I'm probably going to get some stick when I get back home, but it's fun. It's great working with you, Philly. It's been a dream of mine to work with you, pal. Well, Finally, we get to work together.
Well, if that's been your dream, then I don't know what you're thinking about. But I appreciate you saying that. Nasser back over to Yermi. Yermi. U.S. with a nice chance here. Munoz trying to find some space. Taken away by Sanchez. Sanchez back on over to Munoz, the keeper. Threads it through. Nasser tried to find her way in between the channel. And we see a whistle get blown.
Nasser has thrown her body everywhere. Don't tell me this is a friendly. As a reminder, the U.S. still has a timeout, and they've got their challenge flag. 9:03 to go. Well, not there yet, but look to them to pull their sixth attacker here if they don't get the equalizer.
Restart picked up by the United States. They have some numbers, but nothing on the attack as Munoz into the midfield, recovered once again by Munoz of the United States. Some miscommunication between Mexico's Sanchez and Menezes. But Munoz has it. Back on over to Damaris Sanchez, marked tightly by Crum. Tries to get her space past Crum. Ball takes a deflection. Into Mitzi. Mitzi goes to her right. To Gallegos. Gallegos already with 2 goals tonight, the leading scorer between both sides. She's going to go down, drawing the foul on Hunt.
I don't have the foul count in front of me, Philly, but we got to remember 4 fouls in a period is going to be a blue card. You'll see it's a no-brainer for the referees to call that foul as well, too.
Gomez smashes it off the top of the boards just above the crossbar. We haven't seen our old friend Charlie Crossbar have any kind of impact, but Frankie Flexiglass certainly involved.
Frankie Flexiglass is a good one.
Thank you. I just literally came up with that. Munoz into Menezes. Menezes with some space on her left. Menezes weighing her option. Off the board. Sanchez. Shot gets missed. Valiant opportunity here for Mexico with 7:50 remaining in the ball game. The pass up, trying to find Hunt. Gomez heads it. And a smart pass from Vidal into Gomez. Gomez tries to find it off the wall, trying to do some tomfoolery trickery. Hunt not to be denied. Stevens has it.
Nice.
Gets by her defender. Clever footwork by the Stars and Stripes.
Fresh legs off the bench.
Stevens with space on the right. She shoots. Shot. The United States fires it off of the counter. Quarterback attack by Stevens. And the score once again. Let's take a look at that replay.
First of all, what a fabulous run by Stevens. The Americans change off the boards. She plays the ball to the back post. That's where you make your living, on the back post. Guys like Artie Kramer make their living on the back post, just like that. That's textbook indoor soccer right there, pal.
Textbook indeed, and I apologize as I couldn't give the credit to the goal scorer because we were shielded off on that play, but all hats off to Stevens for creating that opportunity for the United States. So the goal, Taylor Tufts gets the credit for the goal. Taylor Tufts, we talked about her earlier out of Dallas Baptist University. Fantastic goal. The 2-time first-team All-American, highly decorated collegiate career. Equalizes this game. It's 4-4, my man. 7:22 to go.
And as this arena continues to fill up, they are getting a preview of some great football to come. 4-4, brand new game. Strap it down, buddy.
It's so loud in here, even the public address announcer, I feel, is like they're deafening you and I. But the United States, while down the vast majority of the game, find themselves tied now, 4-4. An excellent counter, an excellent pass, an excellent goal by the U.S. Taylor Tufts threads through the netting, 4-4, 7:22 remaining.
And I got to tell you, I think Mr. Momentum is wearing white right now.
Oh, I like what you did there. We talked about Frankie Flexi and Mr. Momentum alliterations. I'm a big fan of those. The U.S. trying to build on that momentum. Sariano.
Sorry, pal. I got to give credit to the late, great Bob Uecker.
Late, great indeed. Somewhere in the heavens.
Uh-oh.
Shot. Excellent defense by Valdez, thwarting that effort by what would have been a sure goal by Mexico. Pass comes into the right. The attack by Suriano off of number 13, Lourdes Valle, who also has a goal tonight. Aroños fighting.
Not very often she gets beat 1-1, but she did there.
Shot threaded through. Kick saved by Yermi. Another shot. Goal by Mexico. Selena Castillo building castles of her own. Puts Mexico up by a score of 5-4.
And you'll see on the replay, Aronas loses the ball in the corner, uncharacteristic of her. Great save. Persistency. Put the ball in the frame. 6:32 to go. That is a massive goal for the Mexican girls.
Selena Castillo played with Chihuahua, played with Boca Dallas at TST, played for teams like Monterrey, Juarez, León, and Liga MX Femenil. Finds the 5th goal of the game for Mexico, up by 1 with 6:19 remaining in the 4th quarter. Menezes has been an absolute pest towards the United States. As that pass finds its way on over to Gomez. Gomez to Sariano. Sariano.
Such an intelligent player, Soriano. I don't know if she's made very many mistakes in this game.
Romero has it, bats it off of the wall. Menezes, saved by Yermi. Ball is loose. And Hunt kicks it off of the wall. That
Here
was
we
one of
go.
those whoa moments.
Oh, no, you had a chance to go 3-on-2. What
Up
a ball.
top. Excellent defense by Soriano as the United States' Norma Lopez almost had a one-on-one opportunity with Daniela Munoz of Mexico, but a 3-on-2 counter here. Shot comes into Menezes to her left. Menezes up top, shot fired off of the plexi. Another shot, just misses. Ding dong, ring-a-ling-a-ling. Mexico knocking on the door of the U.S.
Wow. All I can say is, wow, the U.S. got caught with a counterattack. 2 quality point-blank opportunities.
Romero goes down. No call on Tufts. Whistle blown by the official. Tufts looking.
Got an injury here, so that's why the referee blew the whistle. Again, fatigue. You'll see in the replay here. No call there. That's okay.
Romero goes down. Contact with Tufts.
Whew, let's take a break. Let's take a break, not a breath, not a break. Holy cow, Philly.
Another media timeout. Stick around, folks. This one's starting to sizzle here in OKC. 5-4 in favor of Mexico. Back here with the remainder of the fourth quarter, live from the OG&E Coliseum in OKC, Oklahoma, the heartland of America. Mexico versus U.S. Mexico up on the U.S. by a score of 5-4. My name's Christian Filliman, better known as Philly, joined by the legend himself, the Duke of Dallas, Eddie Puskarich. Samara Gomez puts the ball back into play, into Mitzi, into that corner. Aroños makes the defensive play, bats it off the wall to Jordan Landy. Fatima Nasser tried to get it up top into Taylor Tufts. That would have led to a nice one-on-one for the United States as they are desperately trying to find the equalizer. Gomez goes to her midfield. Mexico retreats and resets their offense. Munoz back on over to Gomez to the right, intercepted by Tufts. Can the U.S. capitalize here with 4:33 remaining? Aroños cleverly gets by Mitzi, back on over to the keeper, Lily Urimi. Her distribution, the bounce tries to find its way to Landy, but that's a three-line pass.
Unfortunately, she's had a good game with saves, not a good game with distribution. Too many Ball's played out of the box, out of the arena, and now a 3-line pass leads to yet another set-piece opportunity. You know, Phil, it's 4:23 to go. We were talking here at the break. When do you pull the keeper? And how often has the U.S. and this young team worked on this 6 attacker?
It's a darn good question. I would say the advantage would go to Mexico. This team has been together for a while. As Samara Gomez off the restart, right? Just up top of the box, she fires it and saved by
Great
Yermi.
save.
Excellent save by Yermi. Sport number 99. The poke up top recovered once again by El Tri. Can Mexico find their way through to get a 2-goal lead? Shot gets fired. Saved by Yermi once again.
Brilliant.
That is the save of the game thus far. Keeping the U.S. into the ball game. Retreating back up top. The pass comes on over to Vidal. Vidal nukes it well outside of the box. It's going to be a goalkeeper restart for Yermi.
Tell you what, those should go. You've seen a replay here. Those should go in their highlight film. What a great strong arm on that save there. That is textbook. That's brilliant save from Yermi right there.
So it looks like both teams are going to go back to the drawing board here with 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. You talked about the ever important 6th attacker. The U.S. is going to go that way as Aroños is going to put on the jersey, the 6th attacker dagger. Will we see it here? Coach, care to explain to the newbies, the neophytes tuning into this broadcast, what in the heck that means?
So basically, similar to hockey, you pull your keeper, you have an empty net, but unlike hockey, you must have a designated goalkeeper. So in this case, Aroños will have the special jersey on that will signify her as a one player on the field that can use her hands defensively in the box, but she will join the attack, and they'll have a 6-on-5. I thought it might come at the 3-minute mark, but I personally like it. Why wait? Let's do it now, see what we got. Good time to work on as well, too. Patience is required.
100%. Patience is a virtue, as they say, and we'll look to see who can make that virtue a reality. The reality has been that Mexico has led this entire game, but the U.S. has valiantly clawed their way back into this match, and a team that is a little inexperienced as compared to their counterparts. Mexico have played together for quite some time. They've made a very interesting match in this first of this triple header. This has been a fun ball game thus far.
So right away, I like Mexico. They are already stepping up to press high, Philly, which is a trait from Coach Luis that is absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant indeed. 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. There's the 6th attacker. Aroños is allowed to handle it in the box.
And there they come. They're going to press her.
Pressing up high. Let's see what they can do.
Can't play it back to her now.
Nasser advances it across the midfield. Bounces off the wall. Recovered by Romero. No keeper in the box. There's a fight, a tussle, if you will. Shot fired off the mark. Off Billy Billboard. I'm trying to find more clever enunciations. Recovered, but that looks like it's going to be a foul going against off Billy.
Quick change.
Mexico.
Yeah, quick change. Put Yermi back in the goal. And let me clarify that rule. The keeper, once the keeper plays the ball at their feet, she cannot get it back until she gets past midfield. So then it becomes a regular field player.
Free kick for Mexico as Gomez, the designated free kick taker for El Tri, set to put it back into the zone. She's got Castillo well outside of the box, wide open. She fires it and overcooks it off the mark. 3:33 remaining. Yermi's going to come back off the turf. Back in comes Aroños, the 6th attacker.
And actually, what Yermi did, she cannot go off the field by the Mexican board. She has to use her own bench. Referees missed that one. Coach Luis did not. His savvy experience catches everything.
Aroños fires it off the wall.
Now Aroños should step up. You see how far back she's staying. She needs to step up.
U.S. recovered. Try to go back heel. Gomez has it. Intercepted, nearly intercepted by Nasser. Tufts bats it on over to Aroños. U.S. restarts their attack. Across that midfield.
What a great
the
play.
Quick one touch in the Crumb. Crumb, the defense played by Sanchez. Battle, stuck through, and she punches it through. Hannah Crumb finds her crumbs and puts the U.S. back into the net again, threading through the netting, ripping through the turf to the twine. It's now 5-5.
This is just work ethic here. Just outwork her opponent. The old toe poke underneath the goalkeeper. Philly, we are tied, my friend, 5-5 with exactly 3 minutes to go.
5-5, we're feeling alive and we're ready to thrive. Here in the first of this triple header, this game is not disappointed. 3 minutes to go, the game is drawn 5-5. Gomez being marked heavily by Hunt. Stevens jumps in front of it. The action is palpable. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating as if I'm playing. Recovered by Mexico. Mexico advancing it in. Castillo threads it through over to Sanchez. Sanchez fires it, saved by Urmi.
Patience, calm.
Urmi with the throw and tried to find Munoz, the header from Mexico. Recovered by Stevens. Into that corner, picked right back up. Hunt was looking for Munoz. Munoz fighting into that corner with Samara Gomez. Gomez comes right back up with it, headed back up. U.S. has it, trying to go into their attack zone, taken away by Mexico's Gallegos. Gallegos with 2 goals on the day, being pressured heavily by the U.S. The shot fired by Munoz. Out of play, goalkeeper restart for El Tri.
This is a great commercial for women's soccer in the WMASL if there ever was. Absolutely brilliant action, end to end, quarter to quarter, period to period, shift to shift.
I've often said that if you are a true fan of sports, you watch the women play professionally all the time. The fundamentals are there. The camaraderie is there. The teamwork is there. The header into Menezes, trying to find her space. Off the wall, while a score opportunity. Aroños has it, battling with Vidal. Mexico still has it, under 2 to remain in this game. Soriano telegraphs it, recovered by Tufts.
Here we go. Tufts is feeling this fourth quarter too. She's played really well.
Taken away by Castillo. Tripped up is Menezes, recovered by Aroños. We're approaching 90 ticks left here in the fourth quarter. Aroños cleverly gets by Castillo. Tries to connect with Juarez off of the wall.
I got a prediction. Aroños is not coming off the field the rest of this game.
He has been a staple in the attack. Menezes gets it poked away. That's going to be a foul addressed to Lexi Anderson.
And don't forget the U.S. still has 1 timeout remaining, Philly.
Minute 17.
And a challenge flag that a lot of coaches like myself use as a timeout sometimes, but don't tell anybody.
Well, I mean, you've already told everybody. I don't know what you're talking about. The free kick on in. The header off the wall, poked through. Near opportunity by Romero. Stevens. Taken away. Recovered by Mexico. Shot off of the plexi. That was close. Sanchez nearly found her way into the back of the net. Under 60 ticks to go. Mexico on the attack. Intercepted by Juarez.
Freddie Flexi made his appearance again.
Freddie Flexi, Betty Billboard, 47 seconds remaining. Crum, who scored the equalizer moments ago, on over to Stevens. Stevens nearly gets her pocket picked by Gallegos.
Stevens is down.
Stevens is down in the midfield, and the officials are going to blow the whistle here with 28 seconds left in the fourth.
It's down.
This is game 1 of 3, and I already feel like we've called a Super Bowl-like contest. Let's take a look.
You'll
at
see in the replay, that's just pure effort. Stevens has been giving everything her all. I've been impressed with her as well, too. I'm sure she's okay, but it could be a bit of a fatigue factor. Excuse me. I'm verklempt already.
Because this game has been amazing. And for those tuning in right now, we've had back and forth action. A game in which we thought Mexico was going to run away with it. With the experience they had, the U.S. has valiantly fought back and created an equalizer, 5-5 with 28 seconds. As we look on the center pitch, assistant coach Uzi Tayu looking to address his trooper. And Trooper, she's been this entire game with Nada Stevens. She's played herself a heck of a game.
Absolutely.
Hopefully she could get back onto the pitch, but judging by the grimacing, I don't know.
You'll see on the replay here, different. I'm sorry, that's Aroños here. Oh, they hit the Freddie Flexible. Oh, that's also crossbar, Philly. Woo. What's the crossbar's name?
Charlie Crossbar.
Charlie Crossbar. Charlie had to make an appearance. You know, while we do have a quick break in the action with 28 seconds ago, we have to commend both these teams and these women on an absolutely brilliant game of indoor soccer here at this new arena in Oklahoma City. What a magical display by both women, both coaching staffs. It's been absolutely brilliant, my friend.
If this game is a precursor of what's to come, this is going to be one of the greatest nights of indoor soccer that we've had in quite some time. There's so much talent on the turf. It doesn't look like Stevens is going to come out, as she's having a hard time putting weight on both feet. But she's had a phenomenal game, and the crowd's going to address that as they're giving her a round of applause. Stevens played an impeccable match. If it wasn't for her display of sportsmanship, aggression, defense, offense, the U.S. would not find themselves tied 5-5 with 28
And I'll tell
seconds
you,
left.
if you are close to one of these arenas where you got a chance to go watch a WMASL team, I encourage you to do so. These women give everything. It's absolutely impressive, and they deserve to get a little love and support. So go watch these girls play.
Women's sports are here, alive, and here to thrive. And if you are not entertained, you don't have a pulse. You don't have a pulse at all. This game has been supercharged, and I've had a darn good time.
Absolutely.
I'm already losing my voice. We've still got 2 games left to call.
Absolutely, my friend.
Restart for Aroños, 28 ticks left. If this game ends tied at 5-5, we go into OT. Will somebody find the back of the net before we go to the expiration of the fourth quarter? U.S. have that opportunity.
Here's
Picked
where
right
you
back
press.
up by
Here's where
Sanchez
you
from
press.
Mexico. Aroños, 15 seconds left. The U.S. desperately needing to fire a shot off before the clock expires. Tufts. I apologize. Anderson over to her left. Hunt chips it.
Oh, unlucky.
And that's going to come out of play. 2 seconds left. That's going to be the end of the fourth quarter.
That'll
Barring
probably
a miraculous shot.
That'll be killing it. Now, I don't know if they've told us or not. Are we doing overtime? We're going right to shootout.
Well, either way, the game clock has expired. The score, Mexico 5, the United States 5.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't you dare go anywhere. We're going to take a moment to hydrate and recalibrate. So much more action to be had here at the OG&E Coliseum. Back in a moment.
Shootouts. No overtime.
All right, we're getting ready for a shootout. Under normal MASL rules, while going into overtime, we would have a sudden death 10-minute overtime period. But in this case, we're going to go to a shootout. And Coach, you're the man with the billboard and the X's and O's. Explain that to the viewers at home.
So, as you said, overtime rules will take effect, a 10-minute shootout. But we do have some time constraints with 3 games tonight, which may be a factor. But you have 5 seconds. It is 3 rounds. Best win after 3 rounds, and may the best women win.
This has been an exciting game. Both teams have fought valiantly, and if you haven't enjoyed this game, I don't know what to tell you. Again, you don't have a pulse.
Yeah,
USA versus Mexico, always one heck of an encounter. 5-5, this game did not disappoint. It looks like the United States is going to utilize Kylie Hall, who started in the first half. Mexico only has Daniela Munoz. To start things off for the shootout, it's going to be the United States' number 10, Taylor Tufts. Can the Dallas Baptist product shred through the netting, or will it be Munoz? This will set the tone. Big first opportunity here for the U.S., potentially their first lead of the game right here. Waiting for the official to blow the whistle. Tufts going through, kick saved by Munoz, another opportunity. Que golazo, the United States. Tufts it through. They take the lead early in the shootout.
Again, you'll notice on the replay here, it's 5 seconds. It's not a shot, it's 5 seconds. So all the viewers back home, the kids back home watching, you can't stop when you miss the first shot. It is 5 seconds, which is quite a long time.
Munoz picked up on the first opportunity, but it just ricocheted. Too tough offer, and too tough Tufts punches it through. Samara Gomez now with the shot. Saved by Kylie Hall. And Gomez doesn't chase it. Huge save by Hall. The Calder keeper not having played since the first half.
Now you know why she's in goal. Coaches know best, don't they?
Shot stopper extraordinaire thus far. And it's going to be Aroños. We talked about her plenty. She has been a star throughout her career. Will she be a star here tonight? Will the Titan titanically punch it through? Fires it off of Charlie crossbar. Another shot, saved. And that's going to be an opportunity she's going to want back. She came close.
Well,
it's not close enough.
It's a rematch of the shootout a few minutes earlier, and Munoz came away with that one. So we have still 1-0 though. I'm sorry, 5-6 right now.
Veronica Romero from Mexico set to take this free kick. Romero against Hall. Romero, kick save. Hall once again making a save. Forget calling her Hall. She's known as Kylie Wall with 2 big saves for the U.S. women's team.
She just stood her ground, and now the U.S. has a chance to win it with this last shootout.
Emily Juarez out of Dallas, Texas. TST with Burnley. Texas Lone Stars SC. Will she get the capitalizer? The shot fired. Puts the fancy footwork on. Ball is loose. She threads it through. The U.S. win. The U.S. defeat Mexico. Emily Juarez with the game winner. Mexico keeper Daniela Munoz beside herself. Let's take a look at the replay.
Dribble the keeper, cut. Munoz got a hand on it. She did not quit, and the U.S. comes away with an unbelievable victory. What a fantastic game from both girls.
What a fantastic game indeed, and that's the beauty of indoor soccer. You never know what could happen. This game did not disappoint. It was exciting. From the minute the first whistle blew to that final goal scored by Dallas, Texas's Emily Juarez. Take a bow. Texas Lone Star SC in the building. What a match. What a game. Our first of 3 in this triple header.
I don't know where we can go from here, buddy. It absolutely brilliant. And we spoke about this all season long. all night long. So I'm verklempt again. What a great display for female soccer in indoor in the WMASL. I'm so happy to see this. So happy to witness this with you, Philly. Absolutely brilliant performance. The women of the U.S. did not give up. Down 2-0, down 3-1, down 4-2, came back every time.
came back every time and made this a ball game. Just when you thought all hope was lost, the red, white, and blue managed to find their way through, defeating Mexico by a score with the penalties, 7-5. My man, we're going to step aside for a quick break. 7-5, the U.S. win. Stick around. We got the Game of Legends just moments ahead of us. Liga MX Legends out of Club America and Chivas de Guadalajara, along with a sprinkle of players, talented players from the MASL Combine, are going to take the turf here in the next few moments. Don't you dare go anywhere. Plenty more action to be had from the OG&E Coliseum. Philly and Eddie Puskarich back in a moment. We hope you're enjoying this. You're watching Indoor Soccer, the greatest show on turf. Back in a few.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your champion from 2025 World Soccer Fest, the United States Women's National Team. And now introducing our MASL Commissioner, Keith Tozer.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Team Mexico, Coach Pregame, Victor, and Chava. They did an unbelievable job. Let's give them a big hand. They're defending champs of MW. On behalf of the MASL and MASLW, I'd like to congratulate Team USA on winning this tournament this year. In the first game here at this beautiful arena, let's give Team USA a big round of applause.
Ahora, y ahora una sorpresa para toda la banda de México. Tenemos aquí a Oriol de Mira y la banda azteca. ¡Comandante!